what you do have to be a good judge in a jury trial is a good man manager, a good person manager. You need to be able to manage a courtroom packed with people, defendants, witnesses, jurors, barristers, public gallery, staff. You have to know what's going on in every quarter of your courtroom.
That comes through so strongly in your book. As I was reading it, I can see how carefully you think about the managing different people and what this person's about to say and why they're saying it. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can't do that, certainly at the Old Bailey, where we're dealing with really serious stuff, trial after trial is going to go wrong. Now, there are ways of managing most circumstances. You know, I've had cases where, I've certainly had one case where the victim was a young girl who was wholly innocent, completely and utterly innocent. It was a case of mistaken identity when she was stabbed to death. And the public gallery was packed with not just her family, but with her school friends, with local people, and they all arrived on the first day wearing T-shirts emblazoned with her face and her name. And one entirely understands how they felt. But they were sitting right opposite the jury. And when the defendant's barristers said, how can they have a fair trial when the jury are staring into the image of this dead girl emblazoned upon T-shirts worn by young school friends of hers, local people who knew and loved her? They had a point too. And so one had to find a way of balancing the issues there. One had to find a solution. And believe me, there is no textbook that gives you the answer to that. And you can only do it by understanding what's going on and using a bit of imagination and finding some solution.
And what was the solution in that particular case, Wendy?
In that particular case, I said to those, and I mean, this wouldn't necessarily have worked, but it did. I said to those in the public gallery that I entirely understood why they were doing what they were doing, that I entirely understood they wanted to keep the image of this girl close to their hearts, that they might reflect upon the nature of the trial and the purpose of the trial, and the fact that she would be closer to their hearts if they turned their T-shirts inside out. And they all went off and turned their T-shirts inside out.
Wow.